Great.
Great.
Opening this kit. It helps if you have a kit.
What are you doing today, Colby?
Sterile gloves. I'm gonna flush out the port because this is the first month I'm not using it, but I need to flush it once a month. Those are little
Clean pill.
clean fill. It helps if you have a packet. If not, you can just put all the pieces together separately. And we're not going to use this as a technical clean fill. We'll use these sterile gloves as that. And the first thing I'm going to do is prepare the port. So you take your needle. Didn't really prepare for this. Yikes.
It's casual.
It's totally casual. Keep that in there. Open this guy. The most important piece to keep sterile is the whole needle section there. This part here. Once you get the tubing attached, you don't have to worry so much. So basically you push this little edge out and remove this cap, and then this one, remove this cap. Attach them, of course, without touching any part that connects. And then I'm going to take out one of these saline flushes.
You don't want to be wearing the sterile gloves.
No, not for this part, just for the needle part. But thank you, assistant. These components are always loose, so you have to tighten everything. And then without touching this top part of it, you do all that. And then without touching the inside of that, pull the air out of the flesh, pump it up.
Hey.
Mike is feeling left out.
Like these guardians.
Hey. It's okay.
So everything has to be super tight, otherwise you'll create some kind of weird air pocket. And then, while keeping the needle in here, to keep it sterile, you push through some of this to flush the whole line with saline, and then to create some room in the flesh to do a blood draw.
So there's like liquid running out.
Yeah, so there's liquid running all the way through and out the end of the needle. And you're trying to create some space in here so that when you do stick the needle in, you can pull it back and get some blood. Okay?
Is there an approximate amount?
Jim trained me to do about half of this, but I think you can do less, but okay.
And why do you do the blood draw?
To make sure that the needle is in properly. Great. Now,
You to open these?
yeah, you could open a couple of those. I'm gonna open the glove. Okay. So it's very, very, very important not to touch anything on the inside of here. Okay. And then there's a couple things in here to clean with. Actually, there's only one thing. Oh, there's two things. Every packet's a little different. So I'm going to clean this area, starting from the inside out. This is just like the initial casual clean.
Dirty fill.
Dirty feels everywhere outside. There's lots of different things you can use for this. You could use iodine, you could use various types of alcohol. And basically, once you start in the middle and work out, you don't go back in. And then, this little contraption, you just push these two edges in. And then the alcohol comes down the bottom.
Oh, cool. That's smart.
Alcohol 3 ways.
It's really like drippy, 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 drippy.
Do you have like a sesame seed encrusted version? Harissa on the side.
I'm gonna let that dry. This is the part of the video where Liz entertains us.
You're not supposed to blow on it when you're letting it dry because you could be blowing germ-ridden spit all over it.
It's true.
Good to know.
That's right.
Mikey, what do you want to say? Hi to our YouTube audience.
Mikey's sterile. sterilized.
Is he? Oh.
So sad.
I can't lift you up here because you're not part of the clean field.
So often while it's drying, then I'll put the sterile gloves on, and there's a technique for doing that. Basically, you can follow the instructions on the outside of it, but the first one you can hold the inside of the glove because it's no part that's going to touch.
So it's folded over.
Yeah, because it's folded over. Thank you. So you pull that one on like that, and then you can still pull from the inside to get that one on. And now this is sterile, so you could touch any part of this one. But the way they train you to do it is to tuck your finger underneath the cup and pull on like that.
Very cool.
Kaboom! And then, if you're a good nurse, you'll just hold your hands like this until you're ready.
Is that what Jim does?
That's what that's what they're trained to do, and of course what Jim does. He does a lot of this. Okay. Now, I'm gonna ask my assistant to peel back this without touching what's inside. And then with my sterile gloves, I will touch this very important sterile stuff. So this is the cap on the needle. That sometimes is a little harder than others to get off. There's the needle there. This is the 1/2 inch, I think. It's the shortest one you can get.
Double feature on Instagram.
And then also, I haven't done this in a minute. I forgot how I do it. So basically, if you're doing this with one hand, Craig, you could also, if you touch the shutter at the top of that, it'll take pictures while it films. So basically, you just have to hold the port down, and you have to hold it quite firmly, and then you stick the needle in. With one hand, it's a little tricky.
Can I do anything to help?
No, it's okay. I'm going to ask you after I get this in to do that. So I just take my time trying to find a good stable hold on it, because you want to get also right into the middle of the port, so it's good to push around each side, kind of get a sense of the contours. When it's in your arm, it tends to move around quite a bit. So I find that if you get the edges of it and push down kind of broadly, then just go for it. And you have to push pretty hard.
Does it hurt?
It doesn't really hurt, no, because it's only going through a very little bit of skin.
That was very smooth, Colby.
Thank you. And now I use this hand because I make it not go sterile. This is if you're doing it by yourself. You could also get your friends to do this part.
So now we're doing the blood draw.
We're doing a blood draw, and it looks good.
No clots.
No clots. So we're just going to flush that back in.
Awesome.
That's great.
So we're flushing it with saline?
Yeah, we're flushing it with saline. And what you would usually do, if you're going to leave the port in and do the medicine, is then put the Tegaderm on top. But I think because there's no issues or anything, we're just going to flush it and leave and then pull it out.
You're not doing heparin.
Yeah, we have to do heparin, but I'm going to do one more saline. Okay. So again, without touching here.
And will you do a blood draw with this one too?
No,
Or
so
'cause you
now,
have like a thing going.
yeah, so now we're just trying to get it to be totally clean.
So this is saline number 2.
Saline number 2 for safety. It's funny, he never wanted to guard us so good until now. And then we'll just do the final heparin. So this is the blood thinner, just to make sure it doesn't clot. I was suspecting that it might be kind of clotted because it's been out for such a long time. And so if that was the case, you have to pull the blood clot out of the line and then flush it quite a few times after that. So it's pretty cool that it wasn't.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because it's kind of creepy when you see a blood clot in the line. It's a bad situation. Alright, people.
Just like that, no?
Voila.
It's no saline after that, Brennan.
Yeah, heparin's the last thing. I'm just gonna let it sit for a second because sometimes if you flush it or put the heparin in and then take it out too soon, then it just kind of oozes out a little bit. No offense.
Should we start a Kickstarter to make this a full-length feature documentary? Mikey, what do you think? Kickstarter?
Okay, I'm gonna pull it out, and to do that, I'm just gonna kind of push down on the port again, and then pull up on the needle. Skin is really pulling up. Voila!
Good.
Just a tiny little hole. Doesn't even bleed. Sometimes it bleeds. Not this time.
Is that the end?
That's the end. This is what you do when you don't have to put medicine in it.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Goodbye from our assistants, Mikey and Liz.
Thanks, Frank. I'm so happy it wasn't clotted.
I know, me too.
I don't know how to make it stop.
Oh, you just push
Oh,
the
I
red
pushed the
button.
red button. Bye-bye.
Bye.